Cool Kev. I said Cool Kev.
I gotta pass it to my boy.
Treat me like that, man.
I'm sorry, cousin. I'm
My cousin gets me on camera to disrespect me, y'all.
It's all love. Yeah,
Get that AKA, man.
hit them in the
OG Booming,
There it is.
AKA Teflon Quan,
Teflon.
AKA Real Tall Nigga.
Facts.
Coming in from Baltimore.
Facts.
So,
AKA.
Easy shout out SOS always.
Facts.
Okay.
What's crazy is, don't be too tripped out when y'all watching this episode and my boy is a cartoon character. We already said it. We know what it is. It's already on wax. That means it gotta happen. Speaking to existence. You already know. Now they gotta do it. I gotta do it. He gotta be a cartoon character this whole thing.
And if you know that he's a cartoon character, I need you to like, subscribe, and share. Leave a comment. Answer back. I have a friend of mine that meet you. That nigga got English major or minor, something like that. He's very educated. Trust me. Starring Timothy Ron, Cool Kev, Panama, Young Keemz, Boomy, Harlem in the building. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Great Apes Cafe. My name is Timothy Raw. And I have here special guests, live and directed on the motherfucking airwaves. Definitely like, subscribe, share. I have my homeboy Panama. I have people here who is representing kings and queens.
That's crazy, man. I'm excited.
I love it. I want to definitely shout out to y'all. I appreciate y'all. I'm the most humble person right now. Humbled at the fact that y'all even here. Let me just make that more clear. I'm humbled that they're here and giving me positivism. We need more of that in this world.
Man.
And I'm going to let y'all introduce yourselves. Shout out to my team. Shout out to even coming here and showing love. I'm sorry we started late.
We started right on time.
I'm hoping you have a full belly. I hope you have if you want some alcohol, some food, drinks all around, rumpe, type shit,
Everybody get a shot.
Everybody.
Shot.
You get a shot. You get a shot.
But also make sure that you're supporting minority businesses when you get a shot.
Facts.
All right?
Bring it
we
back.
gotta make sure we get our people some bread.
Joe, check Mike 1. You right. Well, I wanna just highlight. I appreciate y'all for actually coming out and showing support and love. We got kings and queens here.
Exactly.
I say queens. I got a list. We got kings and a queen here. And I just want to make sure that everybody have a chance to speak their truth and speak their introduction. So I want everybody to introduce themselves. And I'm going to start from the very, very left. Beyonce, to the left, everything else.
So that way?
Yes.
I wasn't your wife looking at him. They wanted to go that way. First of all, I'm a little dyslexic. My ass I started using my hands. Like, I'm making an L with my finger. Like, wait, isn't left this way? Like,
it's that bamboo. I'm telling you, shout out to bamboo.
It definitely is. Wayne, you did your thing.
Bamboo,
nice job.
I ain't gonna lie. I've been enjoying. But I want to start with the left and the introduction. So let me go ahead, Cool Kev. Let them know who you are.
What's up, man? It's your boy Cool Kev, aka been a lot of places. I guess you can say.
Okay,
Queen.
You know what I'm
saying?
My name's Shakima, aka Young Keemz, aka DJ Chemical Reaction, but I'm not a DJ.
Chemical Reaction.
Everybody got better AKAs. Yo, my name is Timothy Raw, aka No Bandana. I can't even fucking speak English. We just gonna skip me. I'm moderating.
Ooh, you did it good though. Like, that was fire.
Yeah, it's hard. Like, everybody got a better AKA. We always talk about this. Everybody got a better AKA. I'm Timothy Raw, aka No Bandana. Timothy, aka Tim Tom Bomb.
Okay.
I'm live and direct on the motherfucking airwaves. You're gonna pass this right to my nigga Panama. Panama, where you from? What we represent? What
All right, here we go. We about to light it up. So, Pete, Panama, just like the country end of the canal, Big Stone. Everybody's favorite herbalist. Your cannabis therapist. All of the things in between. Yeah, man. We're gonna have so much fun. I'm from a lot of places. Very similar. No. Because I always say, listen, for me, it's two places, right? So I feel like I'm from Harlem. I'm also from NC, right? Like I think it's two kind of dynamics because when you spend both time in both spaces, so that's why I gotta rep both places all the time. But just like Kev, man, I've been a lot of places. So
Okay.
yeah, Kev doing
Shout
a
out
good
to
job,
Harlem
bro.
World. Shout out to Harlem World. I'm
OD.
from Brooklyn. You know, BK, what it do? You know what I mean? Cool Kev. I said Cool Kev.
I gotta pass it to my boy.
Treat me like that, man.
I'm sorry, cousin. I'm been drinking.
My cousin
bro. That
gets me
moment-
on camera to disrespect me, y'all.
Yo, it's all love. We all love.
Get that AKA, man.
Hit them with the
I need all that
OG Booming,
There it is.
aka Teflon Quan,
AK.
Teflon.
aka Real Tall Nigga.
Uh-huh. Facts.
Coming in from Baltimore.
Facts.
So,
AKA.
easy shout out SOS always.
Facts.
Okay.
What's crazy is don't be too tripped out when y'all watching this episode and my boy is a cartoon character. We already said it. We know what it is. It's already on wax. That means it gotta happen. Speak into existence. You already know. Now they gotta do it.
Facts.
I gotta do it. He gotta be a cartoon character this whole thing.
And if
The
you know
whole
that he's a
time.
cartoon character, I need you to like, subscribe,
Yeah.
and share. Leave a comment.
Leave a
We
comment.
answer back. I have a friend of mine named Michi. That nigga got English. He's an English major or minor,
No.
something like that. He's very educated. Trust me, he got you, motherfucker. Anyway, I've been drinking, so
Yo, you should do a poll too to ask the people what do a bunch of images and see which one they want him to
Right. Aaron,
be. Have them vote, bro. We can have them vote. Which image I want bro to be
No.
on the episode.
Sis said no.
It's a terrible
Sis
idea.
not with it. Sis not with it. But when I
It's
tell
a
y'all we
terrible
gonna ask
idea
y'all,
and a waste of resources. And
it's
time.
not, bro.
It is.
It's not. My
It
boy is a
is.
whole artist. The
That's
world
terrible.
Need to see,
A piece
bro.
of paper.
Bro, it gotta be a picture. One of his. All right,
what
can we do this?
art is on
You got
paper.
do you mind showing some of your art right now, please?
I mean, I don't.
All right, my boy. See, he don't mind. So then
Facts,
we can
facts.
give the
I'm
people.
not knocking the art. I just don't think he should be covered in.
It's so crazy. He's gonna be covered. Like, I think it'd be fire if Aaron just do like a face here,
Not the face.
hand.
Why are y'all?
Do this, bro. This is fire. That's not gonna be dumb funny. Put it on this nigga face, bro.
So you
Oh
want
my
that to be
gosh,
over
bro.
his face, and you want
no,
that?
yo, bro, we got.
use that one right
So
there.
let's
Use
vote.
that
We
one.
got two
That's
pictures,
so weird.
bro.
Use
It
that
is
one.
weird.
I gotta drink water. I can't drink water.
Nah. It's weird, but it's fire. We need two of those. We gonna have the people vote.
Two.
Whichever one he get, it's not gonna make a difference about this part because y'all gonna see that one.
Facts.
Y'all just gonna see that one. My boy, we gonna do that.
I ain't gonna lie.
Oh.
Sound cool to me,
Boomy?
man.
So the last episode we was talking about
Video
camera
edit.
and etiquette, the etiquette of having a camera
Uh-huh.
and knowing how to have a conversation with people in front of a camera. But when you talk about this art in front of his face, it negates the attribute of having a camera in your face.
That's a fact.
I guess, yeah.
You know,
That's a fact,
I don't know. I agree with this queen right here to my left. I agree with her. I really do.
bro.
But I also disagree with my nigga who's a king to the right. He stated that, you know, the picture should be over my cousin Boomy face.
Then put it on his shirt so we can see what the design looks like. If you don't want to cover my bro, if you don't want to cover his face, put it over, bro. I already told y'all before about these bottles.
He can't be stopped.
Put the pictures over each one of the bottles. Until these niggas pay, it's nothing but my man art on all of these pictures.
Dope.
If we gonna give people free branding, it's gonna go on each one of these joints. Put it on front of it.
Get me ups, man.
Let's
for
get my
sure.
man up there.
I ain't gonna lie.
It's fire. They gonna hire him for bottle designs.
So
Watch.
in a few episodes, I am supposed to. I got to get a canvas. Boomy got the juice when it comes to art. Like, I'm not trying to like stroke his ego or big up my my little brother or little cousin.
Fire.
Man just got the juice. So at some point, the art that you see behind me will be replaced by him.
Oh, he got me gassed
And
up,
that's
bro. I
like
dead ass turned
real.
around thinking that was yours.
You know,
bro.
he's gonna be cranking a Basquiat at this point. And I'm
Alright.
definitely,
Speaking of what you magnify will manifest,
I'm
bro.
definitely
You got
ready
this.
to see this. I really am.
Nah,
I'm
you
proud
gonna
of you,
do that, bro.
cousin. You my little cousin, but
I appreciate that, man.
you know he bigger than me.
You don't
He
really
my
mean
little
that.
cousin. Say.
AKA Tall
Camera
Nigga.
edit.
He said camera edit.
Nigga said camera
He
edit.
said camera-
Make sure you edit that part out, please.
So now, what's the more important question here? At Great Apes Cafe, live and direct on the motherfucking airwaves, what are we actually gonna have dialogue about?
Can
What
I
we
ask
talk
a
about?
question first?
Sure, freedom of speech. Freedom of thought.
You definitely, you remember when you used to ride home at like 12 o'clock and you got the smooth jazz radio? You got
Not the
definitely the,
jazz.
you're now listening to K-Love 97.3
Hey, Lola.
with your guest, Big Tim. Ladies, this one is for you.
Man,
I'm gonna bring
Get
it
that
back.
Key Sweat
for
radio.
the Keep Sweat Radio. That's a fact. You're now listening. If your man is calling me, just call me up and let's talk about it, ladies. My thing is, where was your nigga at if he heard that on the radio? This Shawnee's from Burgal.
Shout out to Burgal.
My nigga Kev, he just can't get it right. He keep talking about me. Bro, you know how wild that is? You hear that while you at work, you just hear it.
Why
This
does that
bitch
shit
done
sound
called me.
But that shit sound like something from Grand Theft. You playing Grand Theft Auto, like one of the channels.
That's a fact.
Changing and shit.
Yeah.
You driving the car, Grand Theft Auto. You activate the cheat code like Vice City, not
That's
the
a
new
fact.
Grand Theft Auto. You activate the cheat code. You get the bazooka. Boom, 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 boom. You know what I'm talking about. Shout out to my '90s baby. The
That's a
generation
fact.
of the crazies.
But would you call? Keep it a stack. Keep it a stack. I've heard them. I heard there's people that actually call. Is anybody here calling? If you calling the radio for relationship advice? If you rate it, think about yourself. You riding late night.
No.
I gotta
You
get
done burnt one. You done smoked you a L. Sis done blew yours, or your man done blew yours. Your partner done blew yours. The only person that's up is the radio. DJ Tim Rock. He up. And bro up, he listening. Call now, ladies and gents. Let me know on the hotline. Let me ask you, have you ever been through so much where you calling the radio? Could you see yourself?
I never been. I'm gonna keep it 1,000,000,000% with you. When you ask me to call a radio, that's asking for time, and I ain't got enough time to utilize that energy. I gotta make money,
That's a fact.
and so I had to like use my personal time to call a radio
To get it back.
to get them in bag, or perhaps to ask a question that I already know the answer to. Not me.
I also think though with the
Shout out to-
relationship though.
You know, right? No, I can't do that.
Nah,
No.
I'm saying like with our relationship with radio is different. Like for us, we grew up on radio. If you drive in a
Facts.
car, you listening to radio. Like
Facts.
hearing DJ P Money and all of them as kids was like, yo, bro,
Facts.
I need to be here. Now, because of Spotify, like all the other streaming, they don't have the same affinity. So yes, right now, no. But back in the day, nigga, radio was life. You calling, yo, my baby, damn, she done blew mine. She didn't cook like I wanted to. She stopped rubbing my feet. What's
Hold
got going
on.
on?
That's one perspective. But Queen, sis, let me hear your perspective on that. What do you think?
I wouldn't call the radio station simply because it's local.
Oh, that's a fact.
And
That's
that
a
means
fact.
people may do what?
Nigga might know you.
They may know me even if I don't use
Might
my
know
real
you.
name. Somebody's gonna know my voice, and somebody's gonna know my
Ain't
situation.
that such and such?
They're gonna put two and two together.
Ain't that I know that ain't. Who
Now-
I think that is.
Now everybody at church and at school
Who your
knows
people?
my business.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Who your people?
You know, I heard her on the radio last night.
Mhm.
She thought he was slick. My husband was coming from the port and he turned on the radio and heard all of it.
Ethel May grandbaby told me she heard about your situation on the radio.
Now tell
Oh,
me
no.
who she was.
Now I talked to cousin Dallas. Dallas told me about your profanity you was utilizing on the radio.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Yeah, that's why I wouldn't do it. Simply
That's a
because
fact.
I'ma
everybody
tell
will
your
know.
great grandmama all that curse word and negativism
That's a
that
fact.
you've been utilizing.
Mhm.
That
You
sound
hate
like-
those damn
That sound like
calls.
Aunt Boo.
I call the
Shout out
radio.
to my Aunt Boo. Don't come after me.
I'll call the radio and be like, girl,
Shout out to our
take
Aunt Boo.
your ass to
Don't do that.
bed.
Don't do that.
You said take
we
your
love
ass
you,
to bed.
Auntie. We
Nigga
love
said
you.
I'm calling the
Girl,
radio.
take your ass to bed, man.
Go to sleep, Ray Jean. Why the
What
hell
is
is
you
you up?
doing?
But you know
Lord.
what? I'm so happy you here, Chief. Man, let me ask you this question, Panama. Let me start diving into the synapses of your brain a little bit, because he think that just because I'm drinking, I won't ask him no.
I didn't say that.
He
Do
didn't
your
say
thing,
he don't
bro.
have to, but he think just because I've been drinking, I won't ask him no
I've been drinking.
critical
I've been
questions.
Uh-huh.
So my critical question right now: what you been doing in the pursuit of your happiness, and what are you like? Just what you been doing, man? Like where you been? What's your vibe? What's your energy? What's your perspective, and where you going at 2-3 years in life
Ooh.
from now, man? Like what you been doing?
So I'm not gonna make it OD heavy, but this is a super dope. For those, as I said earlier, right? Like I am training to be a therapist, right? One of the things that
So like, what you mean? Like a psychologist?
so a
Psychiatrist?
clinical mental health therapist.
check.
So
Okay.
like a psychotherapist. Oh my bad, I gotta make sure I'm close.
Speak
Yeah.
with conviction.
So with that, what got me to even that space was because one thing I started realizing was, as black men, one is men as a whole, but as black men, we don't see ourselves 5 years in advance,
No,
right?
facts.
We because for us, we just don't see it, especially if you grew up for the lack of a better term, in unfortunate circumstances, right? I don't want to use the word hood because I think that there's also, I don't want to I want to stop with the negative connotation of the hood because I think that there's good and bad, right? So in the situations that some of us grew up in, I think that it prevents us from seeing ourselves that far in advance, right? And so with that, I just started kind of looking at that. I just started kind of like, oh, snap, I got to see myself this far, right? So to your point about the pursuit of happiness is always, for me, it's like having control of not only the 5 years, but also looking at how the pieces move to get me to the end goal.
Okay.
If that makes sense. I didn't.
No. You answer the question.
Okay.
The thing about it is I do agree with you because me being, I'm always a form. We as Black individuals are always a form of a negative or positive statistic somewhere, you know. But I'm thinking like I never remember thinking about 5 years in the future. Yeah. Until I became 30. So I turned 30 years old, and a lot of my friends didn't make it to 25, 22, 23. So I'm thinking like, damn, I'm 30 now. Now I actually have to utilize that thought in the future. Now I have to have a Rothschild account. Now I have to think about saving and making sure my family good. What?
Your health,
all of that.
And then people be tweaking. So like, it's so crazy. Even when we talk about the health component, right? So in September, I tore my Achilles, right? So I couldn't walk for like 6 to 7 months.
Well, hold on. Can I interject? Let me interject.
Of course.
Every time I see my nigga back, like
I know, but I'll always be after.
This nigga always got a broken leg.
That's a fact, bro.
And then the next leg, yo, every time I see my nigga, he got a broken leg.
Bro, you know what's crazy?
The second time it was your Achilles, though, right?
Yeah. So the first time I did it the first time like 10 years ago, and I did it recently. In September. So now at least I got twins with it. You feel what I'm saying? Right. But this go around, when think about it, like when you younger, think about when you fall off the monkey bars. When you fall off the monkey bars as a kid, you just walking them damn things. If you fall, you're not thinking if you gonna hurt yourself or nothing like that. So when I did it in college, bro, I'm just hooping. This regular. I'm gonna get back normal. This is what it is. Nope. Now when you 31, it's a little different because now your body is moving. The healing process is a little different. So I had to be mindful of like what I'm putting in my body in order to get me to that point. But even in that process of having 6 months of just laying down, hopping from the bed to the bathroom. That was it. Hopping from the bed to the bathroom. So of course I'm gonna gain a little weight. You know what I'm saying? Then I go to the doctor. Bro, my blood was up, my pressure was up. I started panicking. You know what I'm saying? You feel like, oh, snap, what the hell is going on?
When you're in his 30s, your osteoblasts
start getting crazy.
Which is bone cells. That's fancy talk for bone cells. Develop differently. So yeah, you fucking right.
Bro, you start, and then I wasn't even realizing, and FOMO is not something I believe in. Like fear of missing out, not that I don't believe in it, it doesn't affect me, right? Like Tim, I'm an extroverted person, so I'm always outside doing something. I can meet friends anywhere I go. Right. But sitting in that bed, nigga, we already in quarantine. We in a lockdown. And in the city, it's a little bit different than a lot of other places. Right. You know what I'm saying? Because when it looked like a ghost town there, it looked like a ghost town. You know what I'm saying? And so that's like where I'm watching I'm looking at Instagram. Things that don't bother me, nigga, I go to brunch. Nigga, I party. I stand on tables. I chill. I do all of those things. Right. But now I'm watching other people do it and I can't move. Ooh. Boy. You start panicking.
When I move, you move.
Just like that.
Hell yeah. Hey, DJ, bring that back. And you can't bring it back?
I couldn't bring it back. I couldn't see you, touch you. It couldn't do nothing. You feel what I'm saying? And so with that, now it's like, all right, cool. I started picking up the signs of like depression. I started picking up signs of anxiety, like panicking. You know what I'm saying? Me even thinking, bro, it's so wild. Word to, I think I came back home to visit my mom in January. I was panicking so much. OD. I was panicking and not realizing I was panicking. You know when you go through a panic attack and you just heart breathing, you
feel like a heart attack.
It feel like a heart attack.
Right.
I'm laying in the bed. Word to, you know, I work. You should not go to WebMD when you're going through a situation. My damn heart started hurting. First, I'm looking up COVID and a heart attack.
Let me interject real quick. Worst thing to do. So I'm a certified medical assistant, right? And the last thing, even me of my caliber, I'm not a doctor. I'm just a certified medical assistant. I don't need to self-diagnose. So can you imagine people who are not even in the medical field trying to self-diagnose?
They go through that rabbit hole. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to my uncle for finding out that he's not a harbinger cancer. He found out he's cancer free.
Nice, congratulations.
But he thought
to
he
that.
was because he had to go to an MRI, which was located in a cancer facility.
Yeah.
So, you know who you are. Shout out to my Uncle Eugene. I'm going to say your name. Don't try to sue me.
Yeah.
I got legal shield. You ain't going to work.
Listen, hell no.
But bro.
Yeah, it was a time. But I think it was a time for me to answer that, just to make sure I'm answering it. Like, for me, it was like, you learn so much in that process of my own like mental health, my own little process, my own like, oh snap, this what this feel like when you depressed? This really feel like when you going through anxiety? This what it feel like? Nigga, we had one hell of a year. We was talking about this earlier, right? Men as a whole, like people has had a whole hell of a year.
Men though.
But men, we've been
I gotta
hit
drink with that.
physically, we've been hit mentally, financially, like we was slapped in the face, right? And so for us, then I started, I wanted to make sure I was somebody for everybody else. I wanted to make sure that you could call me and say, yo, bro, I'm really going through it. I'm feeling what this feeling is.
That's let me interject.
Go.
That's the ideology of being a proper king. Now let me add to this component, or not opponent, but this attribute. Let me hear your perspective, Queen. How was it going through 2020? Through your trials and tribulations, what did you see that you was was it a negativism or a positivism? What you saw in 2020, especially through COVID, and Aaron, don't cut that statement out because I know you don't want me to talk about COVID-19 and shit, but I'm going to talk about.
Can you call it a panorama?
Panorama.
Just call it a panorama, and they don't know what we're talking about.
Pandemic, yeah.
The panorama.
Yeah, I'm chicken. Edit that part out, but you know what I mean. How did you do as a queen? And I had to emphasize as a black
next
queen.
to me.
How did you do in 2026?
I thrived in 2020.
Okay.
Honestly, like that was my year financially.
Financially.
Big bag, big money don't act funny.
Explain how.
So everybody was quitting their jobs. Everybody stopped going to work. Everybody was staying in their houses. And I wasn't scared to go outside. So I got a better job. I started working at CVS.
Fearless.
Big money don't act funny.
Working in the pharmacy. And then I saved up my money and I moved away within 7 months.
Look at that flick of the wrist.
Woo!
She been making the moves.
Woo!
Had to get the safe quick. Queens. Shout out to the queens. Look, I'm going to tell you something right now. And let me just interject on what she said. And to add on to this situation, I would be nothing without my queen. Let that sink in. Like, I'm a king, but what is a king with no queen?
Bro, this
Nothing.
is brownie points times 1,001.
So I'm
Bro,
just,
this right here, you are dropping gems. This man is,
He said,
this
"You
nigga
are
said,
dropping-"
when you do it like this, that nigga getting some cutty all the time, goddamn. Like, yeah, he is dropping that sprinkle.
When my wife see this,
When she see this, she gonna like, oh my gosh, baby, I did not know. Oh my gosh, you love me. Not fake love me. You're
not
here
fake.
with
No,
me.
let me tell you something. Life is short. You gotta make your bed. You lay in.
That's a fix.
You already gotta be wary of pretend gestures of admiration.
Big
and
facts.
Agendas. But you don't need to worry about that from your queen. You know what I mean? Everybody got a queen. And there's a lot of queens.
Queen,
you just gotta know how to pick your queen. You know what I mean?
She next to me.
But I will say, sis, that the fact that 2020 was a thriving moment. And shout out to my uncle. I'm gonna say no names. Shout out to my cousin, who is a doctor. And I'm when he showed me I won't say your name because of legalities. You know, when he showed me the pictures of the cadavers in the hospital, Kings County Hospital. That's all you're gonna get out of me, right? And I'm thinking it's like around April 2020. Me being in the medical field, or at least worked in it, and have an understanding of it, right? And to see that many dead people, from COVID-19, wow! And then you thrive from it.
OD.
I'm not mad at you. When I make that statement, I'm not even making it subliminal. I'm happy for you because she's a statistic of the opportunity of progressing. And a lot of people made progress in 2020. 2020 was my best financial year of my life.
Big money don't act funny. That's gonna be a drop.
That's facts. I'm not even trying to lie. I thought my job would things gonna slow down. No. because people fail to realize you need shipping, you need goods.
Yeah.
Me being a truck driver, I realized that. But
People were scared to go to work.
people was
But scared money don't make nothing.
scared. Say it again. Say it one more time, Queen.
Scared money don't make nothing.
Scared money, though.
No funny. My granddaddy taught me. He said, like even through just the last year and all of that, right? He said something to me. He said, is it 6 P's? Proper preparation prevents piss poor performance.
Say it one more time. That's a
Proper preparation prevents piss poor performance, right? And for me, as I was saying earlier about like I look at everything as a game, like a field. So for me, when he said that to me, it made me look at my finances differently. It made me look at what I was going to do differently, right? How I was going to just move and maneuver between spaces, the goals that I wanted to reach. How do I set it up in a way that I can actually execute on those things, right? Because instead of panicking with it, right, I got to really lean into it. Like, I got to see myself even through the situation. Remember, us as people, if you come from some type of sticks or some types of bottom, we already been going through what it is that we've been going through. Don't let the noise of the news and everything outside make you repent. Nigga, you already going through it. Like, you a walking zombie. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? People, so don't let something else. So once you unpack that, then you can start that planning process. But I do got a question for everybody here, even in that sense, because we did talk about like last year, but what is one thing that you did with, what is one thing that you did for self-care in the last year, right? What's one thing you picked up, like just as a practice to kind of help you get through even in times it's like up, down, or whatever. And this is for everybody actually. Kev, you ready? We can start with you at the end.
Yeah, I'm ready, yo.
I know, my boy, I can see it. He like, yeah.
Smile, hey, look,
you said
when he smiled, that nigga bite you, he ain't never getting up.
Listen, man.
That's
an image.
I'm fucking with
People
you, bro.
love
You
seeing
good.
black men smile, bro.
You
Keep
gotta
smiling.
smile.
Keep
You gotta
doing it.
smile. I fuck with you. You gotta
all
smile.
the way through.
Boy, you gotta smile. You good, bro.
I'm sorry, man.
What's one thing that you did or you picked up in this last year for your self-care? So something that you do for you when you want to unpack, when you want to kind of like disconnect from the world, like something that helps you stay better.
Let's see, man. So I was more into like I learned more about like online businesses.
Fire.
You know, I got friends that sell spray products to help people lose weight.
Mm-hmm.
So if you was having like health conditions or whatever, like you know, they got products that you can use the night. You don't have to work out.
Yeah.
Or you want to get your health back, or you can do something like Forex or HFX.
Yeah.
You know, if you wanted to make a little bit extra money on the side, you know, you spend a lot of time in the house, you're getting paid for it.
God damn.
So you can invest a little bit. That boy going in. You can invest a little bit of money and time into, you know, something that can benefit you.
Yeah.
It was just so much out there.
I think you're trying to mess up yourself. You trying to drop gems for the people. He knocking over glass. You know what the hell is going on?
It was so much out there, man. It was just so much out there that you can, you know, it's a lot that you can utilize. You probably wouldn't have never had a time, you know, like now that I'm back at work, I don't have time to do so much. You know,
congratulations to that, bro.
I don't have time to look at my phone all day because I'm working so freaking hard. You know what I'm saying? But when I did have the time, like I was like, damn, I ain't know I can do this, or I ain't know that, you know, you can make money off of these products, or you can. So it was interesting to me.
Yeah,
just a lot of like self research.
Yeah.
Basically, to sum it all up.
I feel that.
A lot of self-research, man. You know, especially like being on social media. Yeah, you see one friend do it, and next thing you know, you see a couple friends do it, and next thing you know, you see more people doing it.
It's infectious.
Yeah.
It's infectious.
It's that feeling. OD. Keemz, what about you, sis?
All right, fella. All right.
Shout out to my nigga Michi, and shout out to my sis Emily. You know who you are.
The greatest photographer in the world. We're going to drop her stuff. Hire her. Sis is nice with that lens. You heard me?
Shout out to y'all. They friends. They family. La Familia. Continue. I'm sorry.
OD, Keemz, let's go. Self-care. What did you do? What was one thing that kind of helped you?
In 2020, what did I start doing? I started taking melatonin.
Fire, help you sleep?
Yeah, I started getting 8 hours.
For those that don't know, melatonin is a natural sleep aid. It is definitely a natural sleep aid. It works. Your body can get adjusted to it, but continue.
Started taking melatonin so I can get a good 8 hours of sleep.
Fire.
I started a K-beauty routine for my face.
Okay.
So I had to do 10 steps.
Okay.
So I'm getting my skin right. I started my locks in 2020.
Fire. Let it grow. Let it show.
Okay.
You said locks?
Mm-hmm.
You see, we locked up all together. This how you know the energy good, because we in the roots. It's
Birds
in the
of
roots.
a feather locked together.
Locked together. That's a
Yeah.
bar. Make sure you put that underneath. We're gonna drop that. Don
I
DeMarco.
put none of these niggas.
I don't know.
My boy Boomy ain't got no dreads.
I cut mine, man.
Oh, right. You still valid, bro. You still valid. You with us. You with us. You know what I mean? You the end of the lock. We the roots. So it's in a good way, too. You see?
Go it back, man.
You releasing the good energy. I see what you did there.
Right. You gotta bring it back.
OD, man. That's fire. That's fire.
Sis,
Those locks
I'm
is
proud of
fire.
you.
We see you.
I see you. Magnanimous. Look up the word magnanimous.
Ooh.
Magnanimous.
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 SAT word.
Magnanimous.
Who gonna fact check us with this, man? What it mean?
Fact check me. I ain't gonna tell you what it mean.
Oh, Lord.
Magnanimous. Make you do your homework.
Can you tell me what it
motherfucker.
means?
Cuzzo wanna know what it mean. And you
I wanna
posted,
know.
you big Cuzzo, so you gotta teach one.
Lead
Each
me.
one teach one, reach one.
That's an African proverb. I'm not African. I am African American. I
Little
love
Bow Wow.
So you was gonna make us look up a word that wasn't even in Webster's, bro.
It's in Webster.
This nigga gave us a language word, bro. How you gonna?
Then you gotta be worried about them Harlem niggas. I'm from Brooklyn. Shout out to my Brooklyn niggas. You gotta be worried about them Harlem niggas. Listen.
bro.
So let me interject real quick. My nigga, like you making up words? Magnanimous. Look it up. Look it up.
Oh, Lord.
He try to get me. Look it up. I
Somebody
you might be
don't
wrong.
need to tell you what it means.
You might be wrong.
You should know what it means.
You
We
lying.
gonna double check on the
Shout
next
out to
episode.
my Japanese.
All jokes aside,
Quiga.
You're lying.
if he gets it wrong on the next episode, I need him to double back. Accountability. If he
gets it
gotta say I
wrong.
did some bullshit last episode.
If he gets
I didn't
if
go
he gets it
well.
wrong,
Hey, look, I take full
I
accountability.
made it up. It was just in my head. I made it
Hey,
up.
Look, my sis right here, the queen right here, fact checking me right
That'd
now
be wrong.
to make sure I'm on point. I love it.
Yeah, that's what. So why she do that?
On a
What's your
macro.
self-care?
What's my self-care?
What was your self-care that you picked up?
What
this
I
year?
learned in 20. Shout out, first of all, y'all about to laugh. Shout out to Midway Road in Bolivia.
Big fact.
Shout out
Shouts out.
to the Buddhist monk
Yeah. OD.
who told me how to utilize not just closed eyes meditation,
Fire.
but open eye meditation.
Fire.
I learned how to meditate.
That's
in
what's up.
2020.
That's what's up.
That's my self-healing.
That's what's up.
When my friends ask me, are you self-healing? I'm not going to a barbershop to self-heal. I cut my own hair.
Yeah.
And I only probably go to a barbershop 3-4 times a year.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Let that sink in. My hair grow back fast, so 3-4 times. But anyway, what I'm getting at is the meditation part.
What did you learn from it?
I learned how to have a peace of mind.
Okay.
Or not just a peace of mind, but how to be wary of pretend gestures,
Okay.
of admiration,
Facts.
and hidden agendas.
You right.
So shout out to the fact that you here. I ain't gonna lie. Let me redo. Let me get this off because I gotta be careful with Panama. This nigga, damn. That's psychology. You
I'm not even doing nothing. I haven't even gone, bro. I literally haven't even done anything. I just asked the question.
Let me get it off my. Shout out to you though. The fact that we went to high school together. When I was a freshman year. It was a senior year or sophomore. Or junior year,
something like that.
Something like that. He all the head, you know what I mean? But,
Whoa, let's not do that. My daddy said we all get 100 years. It's depending on how we live it, on whether or not it's so.
That's true.
I wasn't no old head. I ain't no old head yet. I ain't 50. I'm just getting started, all right?
Okay. And look,
This nigga
30 to
try-
20.
Wait,
I ain't mad at him.
Shit, I
30
just
to
figured
20.
it out.
I'm
Lord
30
have
myself,
mercy.
but 30 to 20. So we both
This
in our
nigga
30s.
30 himself, and he talking about me being an old head. Yo, you gotta get him. Somebody get this man. Somebody. Mama, come get this man. What is happening?
Look. But I'm afraid. Hey, look. By the time he graduated, I was like a sophomore. You know what I mean? Shout out to my old heads. But what I'm getting at is this. The last time I saw Panama, he had one leg broke. The next time I saw Panama, he had another leg broke. Right. That's still an exaggeration. I'm not even trying to. Y'all try to think I'm capping. There ain't no capping. It's all facts. But then after that, I found out that this man is utilizing his talents and he's actually being a model citizen, gainfully employed and gainfully a student.
Of course.
Let that sink in. He's opening his mind, he's soaking knowledge like a sponge, and he's actually not being an irresponsible adult. And that lets me know that anytime, and I'm letting you know this right now, bro. I'm not trying to kiss somebody's ass. I don't do that shit. I'm letting you know right now. Anytime you want to come on the podcast,
don't tell me that.
Because
be
first of all,
don't tell him that.
Listen, it's all facts. It's on
ain't
facts.
No capping. It's right here.
It's all fact. Brooklyn,
y'all heard it.
Hey, Panama, don't you got your own business too?
Listen, cool cat.
I do.
Which I designed the website for.
That's a fact. Big facts.
Mommy, bro. He's welcome anytime. Let me tell you why. He's welcome anytime. He could come on a podcast anytime because he's utilizing his talents and create positivism.
Of course.
Let that sink in. My nigga is positive. He came here. He made some food. He ain't even supposed to cut up onions. They cutting up onions.
Nah, because they was
cutting
chefing.
up bell peppers. Look at the flick of the wrist. I asked him to do all of that. And he said, damn, Tim. Like, he made me feel bad. Like, you ain't even helping. I'm going to help. Bro.
But that's the Bolivia way in all of us. That's what we do.
That lets me know about the character.
That's what you do.
Shout out to Galloway Road.
That's a southern. But you know what, though? What I will do is, I appreciate that, bro. Like, when I tell you I appreciate that.
He's always welcome. That's no cap.
I know I'm going to hold you to that.
I hope he do.
Kev, you done heard him. You done heard him.
You heard him.
The team done heard him.
I need to make a statement.
I need y'all to make sure, run it up when y'all see all this. Not only when you like, subscribe, and all the things in between. I need y'all to run it all the way up so he can know. Bring him back. I'm here. Big Stone is back, and we here to stay. That's what it is.
But the fact of the matter is, and then he's getting his education. You know, my grandfather didn't know how to read. On my father's side, he had to teach himself how to read. I didn't know how to read until I was 10 years old. Let that sink in. 10, right? And then he's getting his education. Now, I have a little associate's degree. I'm not trying to knock myself. That's really nothing. But he's going out here being gainfully employed. He's not being in statistics in a negative way. You know what I mean?
Statistics is all circumstantial. They made that up.
It's very circumstantial. But I have to reiterate the fact that I'm just proud of you, bro.
I appreciate that,
Like,
bro.
I'm proud of you. I'm giving you flowers.
Thank you for giving me my
tomorrow,
flowers.
I don't know if I even live tomorrow.
I'm trying to take
you know, anytime Panama come from New York, shout out to New York.
I received that.
Shout out to my niggas who actually getting the damn. I'm jealous of my niggas in New York right now. They getting that damn.
Shout out to NYV, man.
They getting that damn beef patty with the cocoa bread.
The cocoa bread. That's a fact.
They getting the White Castle.
That's a fact.
God,
Nigga was talking about White Castle before I got here.
I want White Castle. Ball.
I'm not talking about them no more. They not cutting no checks. So you do not pay. We do not play.
Facts.
I don't know what White Castle is.
Let me persevere. I'm just happy that Panama is here and he's actually educated. He's not the same Panama I know from high school. In high school, and now it's like two different Panama.
Word?
It's like the Panama Canal in high school, the Panama of optimistic, of opening their eye in their third eye.
I'm gonna receive that. I'm gonna receive that.
That's facts. Shout out to my niggas who know Panama. Shout out to my niggas like Monique. You know who you are. Shout out to Monique. Shout out to Smiley. Shout out to Ali. Shout out to a lot of my niggas. I collab with me, bro.
Yeah,
I'm happy you here, man.
I appreciate that, bro. Let me tell you what's crazy.
Anytime. Look, hold on. I gotta interject. He's an educated black man.
First of all, we're not even about to have, bro. Like bro is getting an associate's, has an associate's degree, but figured out how to get a big bag. Like, let's not even play. Let's not play the education game.
That's true.
I chose to do what it is just so I can get put on paper. On papers, right? People don't take people serious in my particular field unless I have the paper. I could be the coolest therapist in the world, but without paper, it's not going. The math's not going to math.
Let me interject. This man ain't never been in an episode, right? Let me tell you what Panama did. He made me feel bad. Help my nigga cut up some.
Now those
onions.
are some badass onions, bro. Don't do that.
Big ass onions. Some onions big as fuck.
Let's get you a
cut
chopper.
up the onions. He helped contribute to the food. My nigga called me and said, like 24 hours ago, he said, Tim, let me know if he needs anything. If you need me to bring some alcohol, I said, no, motherfucker. Bring some food. I said, no, but my nigga. And yet he still want to cut up onions.
Oh, I appreciate that.
I didn't even want to cut up onions, but he said some positive shit. See, that's that That's that good ideology that he learned it. So he was like, man, each one teach one. I'm a help. I ain't gonna be sitting around here looking like Daffy Duck, and I'm looking like a duck. Aflac. You know what I mean?
Nigga said Aflac.
And he hold it down. I have the most respect for Panama.
I appreciate you. Bro.
So anytime he say that he need to go jump on the episode, I'm gonna say yes. I'm not gonna say no. And then he had the audacity. Let me let this sink in. Not just he had the audacity, but they have the audacity. They as a queen. She said, I didn't even ask. She said, Tim, I'm gonna be in the episode. She ain't say Tim, but she said I'm gonna be on the episode. And I'm like, girl, you're a queen.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Onigani Kwika. Damdayo. Shout out to my Japanese.
OD, bro. I appreciate you. I really gonna take you all of that. But I think that's for me. I always say to myself that when I leave this earth, right, I want to make sure that when everybody's around that ever know me, they can say the same thing about me, that I was a solid nigga, right? And not everybody thinks like that. And so for me, I always look at how people set their intentions with anything to know who they are as a person, right? Because I come into it with good intentions because what I stand on is wanting to be a solid dude. So that's why I do appreciate that. OD, that's even why I decided even thinking, because bro asked me a question about just business. I wanted to create a business based on not only just the mental health of people, but how people self-care. How do we do the things that it is that we doing? You know what I'm saying? And I also tried to do it with the understanding of how plants work, how our connection with the body is, right? And the earth is, right? I kind of think that, from the earth we come, the earth we go, it's going to be the earth that keeps us, right? Facts. And that's a big fact. Any script you choose to read, any ancient text you choose to decide to decipher, we all come from dirt. If you look at your body and how the body decomposes, it breaks down. The minerals in your body breaks down. So we are connected to the earth. So when you're trying to heal yourself, it makes sense to kind of use the things that was already put on here so you can kind of do the things that you do. Just kind of incorporate it into your life. You know what I'm saying? So that's one thing even I picked up in this last year. How do I use what's already given in front of me to kind of help me? If that means that if I'm understanding cannabis, if I'm understanding how this particular plant works, if I'm thinking about the ginger, my tea, right? All of these things are a part of my self-care practice.
Let me interject.
The tea is real.
What tea are you drinking?
So this is lemon ginger, right? The best thing about it, because we did have that amazing food, I thought about the ginger helping with my digestion. I was mindful of, I need to make sure I go to the bathroom. Like, I ain't trying to be out here stomach hurt.
Hey, not to interrupt.
Go.
Man, but as you can see, man, I do the kombucha.
Yeah. We was just talking about it. So for the people that don't know.
Tell them
why kombucha, what kombucha is for that matter.
Kombucha is it's like one drink can contain like 50 million organisms, but it's like putting the proper bacteria.
Yeah. So it's probiotic.
It's putting the proper bacteria into your body. Like I got a sister that has problems with weight, like obesity or whatever, but it kind of curbs her appetite and also help your digestive system.
Yeah.
Like, you want to get rid of
everything.
You want to get rid of the waste that you don't need. You know what I mean?
Everything in your gut. So you got to be mindful of how you digest. And that's why when people drink green tea after they eat, right, you're doing it because I need the help that I need not only the food to break down, I need it to kind of flow how it's supposed to. You're not supposed to sit on, you supposed to poop, right? I hate to say it like that, but you're supposed to go to the bathroom on a regular basis.
It gets toxic.
Yeah, it gets toxic. So you got to flush it. Remember when grandma used to make us eat castor oil? Castor oil.
Yeah.
She make us do castor oil every 6 months.
Yeah.
To wash
for
us.
real. We would, all of the cousins would all get in a line, and she would pour it in a spoon, and everybody would get a spoonful of castor oil. And if you threw up, she would like pop you.
You get popped. Word up.
And then
you gotta take it again.
You had to swallow it in front of her.
OD.
Because you couldn't go walk away and spit it out. You had to swallow it right there.
She have an orange right next to orange slice.
You get an orange
so you'll
slice.
take 2 tablespoons, bite the orange slice. But I guarantee you, as a kid, I was a sickly kid. I got asthma. Yeah. So for me, those things, when I came down south, those things, my asthma didn't flare up on my. Of course, it could have been the environment, but it was also those practices.
Back. You're right.
Yeah, think about it. Like just thinking about the practices that my peoples already was instilling in a way that we felt like wasn't our way. Black people been healing ourselves for a really long time. We took the things that we had from when we got taken from where we were and we just added to it. Remember, back in the day, we wasn't getting the medical attention. We was healing ourselves. We was literally getting our own. We was healing what we was doing because we needed to do that for ourselves. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna go on a rant, but that's how I even look at this health thing. If we can help ourselves, we need to kind of shift how we interact with just food and plants and all of those things as a whole.
How we do that before you get? Think about Dr. CB.
Mm-hmm.
He's this first
I knew
individual.
someone was gonna say that. The CMOS.
He's the first individual who happened to be black, right?
Mm-hmm.
To beat the Supreme Court.
Facts.
On his scientific.
That's a big fact.
And some argue it's not scientific. Okay. Holistic, medical herb
holistic,
of curing HIV, curing syphilis, trichomoniasis, and or sugar. And where that comes from, you got to look up his information to really understand the details. Now, Mr. Kev, go ahead and speak what you had to speak. I'm enjoying.
Nah, I kind of wanted to know a little bit more about like your research.
Okay.
Like what are you trying to heal? Like what are you trying
it's two things for me, right? I think for me, I want to make sure people have an understanding of overall health. You good, brother? I want to make sure people have an understanding of overall health, right? Because it's case in point, the average person doesn't eat enough vegetables in their system as they get older, right? And so because they don't do that, 9 out of 10 times, is because we don't incorporate it into our practice. So my hope is to teach people about what they already have access to. It's giving them the knowledge. To his point even about Dr. Sebi, I decided to even start with cannabis because understanding that they criminalize the plant against us to then lock up both brown and black men, right, out of the home. But realizing just like why we getting legalization now is because now we can speak to the medical and medicinal properties that it is. So my hope is to teach as many people as possible about something we already been using. Facts. How do I teach you the therapeutic process of cannabis? How do I teach you how much you should be smoking? 9 out of 10 times, the only reason we face a whole blunt is because we don't want to bring it in the house, right? Like we don't decide. Think about a good shot. Right, if I'm drinking good weed,
limits to that. Is limits to the dosage?
Nah, but you can play with what it makes your body feel like, right? So you know that. Okay, think about the why. You think about when you get into your sativas and your indicas. Your sativas is uppers. If I want to feel like my energy is up, I'm gonna smoke a sativa. If I want to feel like I'm down late night, I want to help with sleep, I'm gonna do my indica. Because you're now talking about. So just a quick roundabout.
That's a whole other realm.
It is, but just so people kind of walk away with something. In the cannabis plant, there's 256 cannabinoids within the cannabis plant. The only one everybody seems to focus on is THCA, right? THCA is the THC. That's the thing that gets you high. Delta 9, right? But when we're talking about to help with sleep, to help with hunger, when we're talking about even in some cases cancer, those are the other cannabinoids throughout the plant. Everybody has something called the endocannabinoid system, which all of these things kind of like web out of. So if I'm looking to...
And it affects each person differently.
It does.
Continue.
But that's why you go into dosages and why people now need to know their strands. Know what you smoking, right? Like I asked the question, yo, what is this? Why? Because then I need to know, is this going to make me up? Is it going to make me down? Is it a hybrid? Am I going to dance through it, right? I also need to know how much I need to smoke. So if I'm waking and baking, bro, I take 2 or 3 drags and that's it. Why? Because I don't need to be that stuck. I still need to function. That's for me. Everybody is different, but I want us just like good wine. As you get older, you want to drink good wine because it's good for you. And some people say.
Shout out to the Muscadine wine.
See, drop it like we dropping gems. Snoop just got one too. He got I told y'all nothing but black wines. Snoop, 19 Crimes is OD fire.
Ooh.
And Escravir. My homegirl got a champagne. She got a champagne. Sis is nice. A black brand in Brooklyn, low key.
I had to say to that, shout out to
Sis is OD fire.
Crack is addictive.
OD, but to that point, bro.
So good.
What's the apartment?
That's kind of what I'm trying to teach.
What's the apartment number?
1230.
To the 1230.
So to that point of like, it's teaching people about how we interact with it because we've been so criminalized and so hurt around it. Now it's time to educate us so we can move forward and use it how it was meant to be used, right? Yeah. Properly thinking about it as a plant like anything else. How do we incorporate it into our system? How do we incorporate it into our daily? If it's for you, some people might just need it for sleep. Some people might need it to be up. They may need it to move regulate. Then how do I also tackle your mental health of it, right? Let me see if you're trying to escapism is real. Are you drinking to escape some real problems? Are you smoking to escape something? Let's dance with that.
And everybody have vices.
That's a fact. That's a big fact. But if this gonna be your vice, let me help you. Let me learn you if you gonna use this as your vice.
Right.
Feel what I'm saying?
Because there's other ways you can utilize. I ain't gonna lie. One of my new vices now, which is more important than alcohol, more addicting than alcohol is meditating.
OD.
That peace of mind.
That's a big.
Whether if it's open eye meditating or closed mind, and then when you add the element component, like whether if it's you being in the air, if you being in the sun, if you dealing with water. Like I go out when I meditate in the shower. It sounds like crazy. Open eye meditation in the shower, and getting that water, which is an elemental factor. Dude, I could be in there. I'm thinking I'm only been there for like 5-10 minutes, and I'll be in there for 3 hours. Just meditating, just lost in thought. And then sometimes I don't even think at all. Just lost in the absence of self.
Can I give you a suggestion? I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
So I do something called meditated and medicated. Not all the time, but I'll take 2 or 3 pulls and then I'll meditate, right? I go through the dance. That, for me, I know we talked about the panorama. The first thing that got me through it was I meditated for 20 minutes, right? 10 minutes, I went down the rabbit hole. I'm not even going to lie. The last 10 minutes, I started coming up with 7 different scenarios and how to fix those 7 different scenarios. How do I kind of play with understanding all of it? And that all came through meditation, right? Because remember, meditation is just, we all have the answers to any of the problems that we're going through, but the issue is there's too much noise around us for us to hear what it is, the answer.
That's,
you know what I'm saying?
Like me personally, man, I sit in the house. You can come by my house sometime and you might catch all the power out.
Yeah.
Like this electricity, like I lay in my bed, man. I just cut all the power out. I'm talking about no washing clothes. I don't want to hear no washing machine. I don't want to hear no. I don't want the kitchen. Like I don't even want the microwave on sometimes. You know.
Can I give you a suggestion, too, bro?
You don't want to be making those pizza bites.
I want you to go, because we got our shoes off in here. Go outside in the morning, get your bare feet on some grass, because I want you to ground, right? I want your feet, your body, the points is underneath your feet. I want the earth to kind of take all of that energy, right, in the morning. Right, as soon as you get up. I get up early. I get up around 6:30, right? And I'm up, and I'm outside, and I'm getting because that's the first time you fresh, right? Do that during that time. It helps you kind of unpack. You don't got to do it every day of the week. Just try once a week. If I do mine at the top of the week, just so I can kind of unpack everything.
On fresh grass or
on fresh grass. Do it on fresh grass. If you do it on fresh grass, it's just that connection that you feel for it. You feel what I'm saying? And if you do meditated and medicated, bro.
But he's getting at, there's properties in the soil.
Yes.
There is energy in the soil, in the land. When you have bare feet. And I'm not talking about walking in the dark part, and you know who you are who do that. I'm talking about getting your feet in the ground, in the grass, and getting ions resonating with your brain and energy and synapses, where you think or feel energy on a different plane. It's different. Like you got to actually look that up, bro. It's different, bro.
Yeah, I appreciate.
When I get a vacation, my feet is all in the ground. I need more than a vacation. I need appreciation for the situation. I'm like, bro, that's different. You get those ions moving, and you get charged in a different way, bro. Like it's a science behind it. And granted, I only know probably about 5% of the science, but this is a whole science behind having bare feet going in nature. With the grass, not no dark park, not no fucking no. Getting your bare feet, like it's crazy, like it's something weird. Cause I'm from Brooklyn. Shout out to my New York niggas. We ain't trying to put our feet in no. We in a concrete jungle. You know what I mean? I won't be taking my shoe off and accidentally step in some dog shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like what the fuck?
That's my biggest fear, low key.
No.
OD.
No.
But I do. I'm sorry.
Speech.
I do say this. I will say this. I am going to take you on that offer. I do appreciate everybody that's here right now, low key. Like when I come back, we should host like a meditated and medicated. Like I think we should really get people to we can do a whole meditation. I'll do a whole class with them. I'm telling you, I do this, bro. Like we gonna do a whole tea seminar. I'm gonna literally walk people through it. Like I want them to know what it is. But I do appreciate everybody.
Information will be available on the website.
Yeah, we're gonna drop all the gems. So I want to use DJ Barbarian's song that he played earlier. I hope he attaches it to the end so then they know what I'm talking about. Also, you remember what I said? We're gonna make him a whole cartoon and people don't even realize it. OD.
My cousin do look like a cartoon.
OD.
I was just playing, bro. It's all love. It's all love.
OD. But I appreciate y'all. My Uber's here.
So let me put my Ruby
you.
Goldberg as a moderator. So let me switch subject. Before we end this podcast, and I know my producer want me to end this podcast. What is your goal? And I'll ask a lot of people in a lot of different episodes the same shit I'm about to ask you. What is your contingency plan in the next 3 to 5 years? Where are you going at in 3 to 5 years?
The goal is to create.
Matter of fact, before you answer that question, I want you to think about it.
No, I know. This is. I love it.
I know. Okay. I gotta moderate. I'm on my Whoopi
All right, my
Goldberg.
fault.
I gotta make sure my queen been very not my queen, but a queen been very, very moderate on the talking. So I gotta make sure I get her to talk.
I can't get it talking.
Where do you see yourself 3 to 5 years from now? I'm so sorry, I've been drinking, but where do you see yourself 3 to 5 years from now?
I hope I'm very rich and I'm very successful.
Man.
We gotta dip though. So that's why I've been quiet. The Uber's been outside for like 8 minutes.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen,
No, we good. I got 3 minutes. I put 3 minutes on the clock. I told bro I was doodling, so we good. I had to release, I had the tea, so I didn't lie.
Ladies and
I'm
gentlemen,
a fart in the bathroom, so I didn't look like I lied.
The next time my people's here,
Next time we'll have more time.
my friends and queens and acquaintances, the next time they hear it, maybe I'll be sober enough to give them a drive. But
Nah, bro, we doing this again.
I will say this though.
You think this is a game?
Anytime Panama, I'm not saying the name right, want to use an episode, need to have something to speak, utilize that freedom of speech, it's welcome.
I appreciate
But
that.
I just love to see my black colleagues out here getting on the grind. You already have street smarts. You utilizing that information in his brain with the synapses to actually get book smarts. And he's already book savvy, trust me.
I love
Panama is not the same nigga I know from high school.
Yo, we gotta have another episode about that. Cause I need to know. This nigga keeps saying it. It makes me think in my head.
Keep saying that, but like,
about me. Like,
what about him to say?
I feel like I was a solid nigga in high school, bro.
Yeah, like
that niggas got me thinking I was an effed up nigga,
to me,
bro.
he hasn't changed.
Let me know. Jesus Christ. What is happening?
Ladies and gentlemen, I hope that you like, subscribe, share. This is Great Apes Cafe. A great appreciation for people, entertainment, and success. And I'm so happy that my friend came here and kept it real. He's no longer a friend. I lied. You lied. Yeah, it's facts. He's family. Like, he can come on the episode anytime. Sam, I need to do the episode. All right, come on,
We
man.
lit, bro.
Keep it real.
All I'm saying is this is gonna be the
Shout
number
out,
one
shout
episode.
out to Harlem
Watch.
World. It's Brooklyn in the house. But shout out to Harlem World. Shout out to BX. And shout out to my queens keeping it real. Sis, she kept it real with me.
To the next episode.
I tend to do that, yeah.
To the next episode.
You're welcome anytime.
To the next
Anytime.
episode.
I'll come back next time, Pam.
We
I'll come
goes solos with the flows. We gotta go. The Uber's outside right now. If you know, if the nigga charge me, I'ma be like, no. What's happening right now?
Charge you,
We got
charge
to know.
me.
Wait, down. They gonna charge you, but then I gotta cash app you. That means that I gotta pay twice.
Bring
That
me
means
my
you
money.
paying times two. Listen, get me in the studio. Cause I used to be nice.
This is Great
For
Apes
lane
Cafe.
play.
Like, subscribe, share. Deuces.
I gotta pee, so I didn't look like I lied.
Wash your hands, motherfucker.
All that.
Right.